Hello, I'm Mark Gibbs and I'm Arts Coordinator at Carlisle Youth Zone. We were asked to look at isolation. We started to make some collages and some sculptures. We've also been making crazy hats inspired by the idea that Laboratoire came up with, which have sort of elements of the city on, and then we've been photographing them to make a film so that the Carlisle folk and the young people from Greece will touch hands across the continent. So it was actually a very challenging project because the youth zone's a very, very busy place, and previously we've been used to one-off drop-in fun activities. So the challenge has been, how do you make sort of isolation fun, and how do you draw out those stories? And that has been quite a challenge. And also, you know, at the youth zone we're always positive, so we wanted to think about the positive sides of isolation. Are there positive sides of isolation? So we're thinking about solitude, and that actually is connected to this region because the Romantic poets, people like Wordsworth, were interested in solitude. So actually that has a link to Cumbria and the Lake District. But in fact we found that it was a concept that was completely unknown to our young people. The idea that actually it's okay to be by yourself. And I found that really interesting. So it was actually conceptually, it was quite a difficult project to do. Yes, they all realised that there were times when it's horrible to be alone, but actually getting them to think, actually there are times when it's okay to be alone, that took quite a bit of thinking about and quite a bit of explaining that whole concept, which was a surprise to me. Perhaps I think it does demonstrate the pressure young people are under to be constantly digitally engaged. The opening night was fantastic. We had an exhibition of collages which were put up on the windows, and we also had some sculptures upstairs and a video going on, and it was lovely to have the show opened by the Mayor of Carlisle, Councillor Jessica Riddle, and also Johannes Eber, the Secretary General of the Goethe-Institut. So we were delighted to have that, you know, really sort of high-powered opening. And the whole thing was a radical night for Carlisle and radical night for Carlisle Youth Zone on several levels. First of all, yes, we have had openings before, but probably not of such a sort of high level. And secondly, it was radical because we had parents and young people and two different age groups all together, and then with press and VIPs and all in one great mix, and actually it worked very well.